Hi guys, my name is Ohemaa Bonsu, and if this is your first time clicking to watch any of my videos, hi, welcome. I really hope you will consider subscribing and staying and coming back and watching more videos. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you. You know I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming back, and thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. I hope you watch my other videos. I am here with another foundation review, and today we are reviewing, well, I guess it's essentially a launch review because it's not just one product that I'm gonna review. So today I'm reviewing the Colourpop foundations, and as always, I got the last 3 shades. I usually get the last 4 shades so I can show you guys what the colors look like. That way, even if you're not my skin tone and you are lighter than me or darker than me, you can see if you can pick up the same foundation that I use. I also picked up their concealers whenever they became available, and I have a few shades of them, and I will talk about them as well. I also picked up their medium deep translucent powder. So the reason why I picked up the medium deep translucent powder is because if you haven't yet seen my powders video, I think that you should go and watch it after this video. I don't like yellow powder on my skin tone because it does not make me look good. I've never figured out how to finesse it to make it to where it looks beautiful and flawless, and I don't look ashy. I haven't figured it out. So that's why I picked up the brown powder and not the banana powder or the translucent powder, because translucent powders still end up looking crazy on me. Okay, so let's jump right into it. And first I'm going to start off with the concealers. I especially like to use my Colourpop concealers as my eyeshadow primer because I feel like it spreads really beautifully and it stays exactly where I put it, and it grabs onto the pigment fantastically. Is that even a word? I don't think that's a word. It grabs onto the pigment really, really well, and it stays all day. It's actually very difficult to wash off sometimes. Okay, so this is the shade DD58. So this is DD56. I like using DD56 to clean up the top of my brow. So that is DD54. I put it directly under my brow bone to clean up my brow because I feel like it gives me a really good highlight. Okay, so this is DD52, and the only other thing I would ever use DD52 for would be my brow bone highlighter. That is DD50. I haven't actually used DD50 for anything other than having it as part of a consecutive order. Okay, so then next is Fair 00. And this is a white concealer, and I absolutely love my white concealer from Colourpop because it really helps me achieve some really bright eye looks, and it blends out really, really beautifully, and it just grabs onto the pigment and makes it even that much more intense. Next we have the foundations, and the foundations are $12 each for 0.85 fluid ounces, and they come in 42 shades. It's full coverage, it's naturally matte, oil-free and lightweight, blends smoothly. It's easily customizable, so essentially you can pick up a few and mix it to get your ideal shade. It has a soft blurring pigments once again, and it has a lockable pump. Now I think the lockable pump is really important because it doesn't have a cover. Okay, so this is the Deep Dark 215. Okay, so the next one up is the Deep Dark 210. It's redder than the 215. I'm gonna go in with 205. According to their chart, the 210 was a match for Fenty Beauty the Fenty Beauty 480, and you guys know I use Fenty Beauty 480. I didn't want to get that one because I figured it was going to be too red. I chose 205 instead, but as you can see, 205 matches my chest. I think 205 blends really, really beautifully into my chest. You guys, I'm really torn between these two. I don't know which one to pick. I think I can go with 210 and it will look good. I think I can go with 215 and it will look good. But today I will go in with 210 and see how it blends out because they did compare it to the Fenty Beauty 480, and which is the shade that I use in Fenty Beauty. So I will go with the 210. I keep saying 215. I'll go in with 210 and see how it comes out. Okay, and then there is the medium deep powder. The setting powders retail for $9 for 0.30 ounces. It is weightless. It's an ultra fine powder. It's supposed to provide a soft focus, and it is a mattifying finish. It has a yellow undertone compared to my chestnut powder. So whenever I used this powder, I went ahead and I brushed it over with chestnut so that it would look even. But I will use it again today so you guys can see. I'm gonna first go ahead and prime my skin. Okay, so I'm using Matte 12 and Pore Delete. First, I'm going to put Pore Delete, and I'm only using a little bit. This product actually dries really quickly, so you have to move really fast. I'm just going to put it in my T-zones and blend it some onto my nose. I'm going to put the Matte 12 on my face. So I'm going to use 210 on my face because according to their website, this is the one that I need to use. Okay, so I'm going to do it like how I do it. Put through pulse. And I'm going to blend it out with the Sigma F80 brush. I know that this is supposed to be full coverage, but you know, I already put it on my face, so we'll see. Ooh, this is entirely too red. I feel like I can get away with it, but it is really red. Okay, so I gave it a chance to go ahead and settle and oxidize, and this is what I'm getting. I am getting the sense that it kind of matches my neck looking at the monitor. I am going to use the shades DD54 and DD56. I'll do 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I will go in with DD56. I have to move fast because these concealers dry really quickly. I am humming while I'm blending. Okay, you guys, this doesn't look half as bad. It doesn't look half as bad as I thought. Okay, let me go ahead and prime my eyelids, and then I will just go ahead and apply some of the concealer on my eyes. And okay, so I'm going to take the medium deep powder, and I also forgot to say that the medium deep is also a translucent powder. This is what it looks like in the pan. I am using my Morphe Y1 brush, and I'm going to set my face. Is it just me, or am I entirely too soft focused? I feel like I'm not sharp enough. Is it the foundation? It could be the foundation. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal the rest of my face. Like I said, too brightening. I still feel like this is too bright for my face. Like, really too bright. I am gonna go over everything with the chestnut because I have trust issues, and I trust my chestnut more than like that. Kind of sort of just mute everything a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face with the Koivoka Classic Setting Powder in the shade Deep. This powder is deep. Okay, so I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Saharan Volume 1, and I'm choosing this shade, and I'm going to use that as a blush. I like the deepness of the shade, and this is the shade Abby. I like how deep Abby is, and it still shows up really beautifully on my skin tone, and it's not too much. It's like actually really perfect. I love it when a good skin routine comes together and it's looking flawless and snatched, I mean. Okay, you guys, so this is my finished look. I think it's a really natural look. It wasn't really a eye look kind of day because I'm sure my lashes are gonna fly off as soon as I finish. I used the foundation in the shade 210, and that's 210 compared to the 215. In the beginning when I was applying it, I felt like it was too red, but I guess after everything was blended out and I gave it time to settle, I feel like it matched my neck really perfectly. Okay, so when it comes to a perfect foundation series, we're looking for number one, we want to check the blendability or the spreadability of a foundation. Number two, we're looking at the oil control of the foundation if it is saying that it's a mattifying foundation. For example, this foundation is a it's a matte foundation, so we will be checking the oil and how it breaks through and all that good stuff. The staying power of the foundation, we want to see if it transferred or broke up during our application process. And fourth, we want to see if And fourth, we want to see if this foundation will take us through a royal ball and leave us looking like a queen at the end, or if it will leave us looking like an oily pumpkin. And a ball is literally an 8-hour day working and, you know, making sure your rent is paid. So for the spreadability of this foundation, I feel like it spread really, really well. However, like with all the Colourpop liquid complexion products, you have to make sure you're working really fast, because if you slow down, it will set on you and it will not move. But I think this actually is characteristic of most mattifying foundations. Like, you have to work really fast, if not it will set and it will not look good. So you have to work really fast to make sure that it blends really well and it, you know, it goes everywhere. But it's spread really, really well. It's said that it's a mattifying foundation, so we will see at the end of the day how oily we look, and hopefully we don't look too oily, because then, you know, it defeats the purpose. I did say in my previous foundation review, which was of the Too Faced foundation, that I don't think it's fair to go through an entire day without blotting your face. So I'm going to be blotting and we will see how it ends up looking. So the staying power of this foundation while I was working, it stayed really, really well. It did not break up on my skin. Like, I didn't have to go back in and touch up certain places because the foundation moved when I was going through the full face routine. So it actually stayed, it blended, it held everything together. As you can see, everything's held up, everything looks good. It didn't break up or move during our makeup application process. So for the oil control part of the foundation review and whether it will last an 8-hour day, I will come back in 8 hours at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, probably 6 o'clock, and we will see how my face looks. But for now, I think everything blended out really, really beautifully. So let me know down below in the comments what you think about the foundation match for the 215. I mean, it is nowhere near as perfect as the Too Faced foundation looked on me. Let me just get that out there, okay? Just let me know what you think of the match. Let me know what you think, whether it will work or whether I should go down to 215 and try that one. So I will see you guys in 8 hours.
Okay, so I'm outside right now. I literally just went ahead and did a little blotting around my nose. I didn't really put any powder on my brush. I just used the same brush I used to set my concealer to just tap it in the corners. And I'm gonna go out. It's really, really hot. I think it's almost 100 degrees out right now. I'm gonna go run an errand and come back, and as soon as I get back, I am going to do the I'm gonna come back so we can talk about the foundation. But this is what it looks like, and I think this foundation is holding up really, really well. I know my garage is, I still have stuff in the garage I need to unpack. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff I need to unpack. But okay guys, so this is what my face looks like right now. It is now 5:45 and I'm getting ready to go downstairs and film the end of this video. But like I said before, whenever I went ahead and blotted, I did not put any powder in my brush. The second time I just put a little bit for the corner, but it really wasn't that much because you can still see I'm kind of shiny, but it's not broken up anything kind of ugly. It's just, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go do that now and I will see you guys on camera.
Okay, so I'm back, and at this point it's been 9 hours since I applied my foundation and my face looks pretty good. So I think that it looks good. However, because I blotted twice already, I think it should have been a little bit more matte than it is right now. Foundation did hold up, especially like over here. I didn't put like any powder or anything over this side of my face, and it still held up really, really well. I did scratch my face a few times at some point during the day, so I keep forgetting and I keep doing it. Yeah. And as I was applying my foundation, I noticed that right here on the tip of my nose, it had peeled off. So I don't know if it was because, and my nose was sweaty at that time. So it could be because I was sweating, and that's why. So right now it hasn't broken up really badly. I can see like 1 or 2 spots in there, but it's not like really bad to where it looks really, really bad. I think the foundation really held up really, really well. Well, I think the whole face held up really, really well. Throughout the day. I did have to reapply my lipstick before going out, but that was about it, just to intensify the color. My eyelids did not crease or get oily, so that's a plus. And around my nose is oily. I mean, you can tell I'm oily over here, even with all the products that I applied, it still got a little oily. But I think it's a really good foundation. The only problem, well, the big problem is that the undertones are all red. So one is a cool with a red undertone, the other one is a neutral with a deep red undertone, and the other one is a neutral with a red undertone. Like, you know, like the Born This Way foundation, you saw how perfectly it matched. It was perfect. Like, it wasn't red. This foundation was really, really red, especially the one that they recommended that I get, which was the 210, which is the one that I decided to put on because the website recommended that because I was a shade 480, I had to get the 210. So that's why I got it. Next time, I will try to use the 215 in a foundation routine for you guys, just that by itself, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this foundation. For $12, I don't think it's a bad buy. If you want to try it, I don't think it's a bad buy for $12. You know, it's 12 freaking dollars. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed. Something's got to give. Like Colourpop, if you're going to do it, just do it to where you have a few options besides red, because we're not all red, you know? But that has been my review for this foundation. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments if this video has helped you decide on whether or not to buy the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I know it's been out for about 2 weeks and I'm late on this one, so forgive me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really hope you will subscribe to my channel and come back and watch my other videos. Okay, thank you. Bye.